too that the turkey was cold. Better cold than too hot, though. And that's what I'm talking about. Can you believe it? Thanksgiving is the top day of the year for home cooking fires. Most wonderful time of the year, but you can avoid that, Richard Miller says. He's the state of Michigan's fire marshal, and he's on the other end of our AT&T line with me, Michael Patrick Shields, right now. Welcome back to the program.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
You know, I hate to make you like the bah humbug guy, because when the fireworks were going off, we had you on to caution people to be careful, and now we have to even be careful cooking our bird, eh?
Yeah, that's our business. You know, we're all about safety, from cooking turkeys to smoke alarms in our homes, and we can touch on that a little bit for the holidays, candles, you know, the whole gamut.
Oh, yeah. I love candles, but I noticed now what I do is I have maybe one, like there's one sitting here right here on the desk right now. That's a real candle. But I bought some of those battery-operated ones that look real, and I keep them all around the house on a timer. And
there you go.
You know, you don't even have to turn them on or off. They look like real, and some of them are even scented. And that's pretty safe, but, you know, I put one or two around for real, for, you know, the reality of it.
Yeah, just don't leave them unattended.
That's it, though, isn't it? Now, what about every year you hear about people who deep fry a turkey? And to me, it sounds complicated, and it certainly is dangerous, because that's where you hear about all the incidents with fires.
Yeah, it is. You know, these things are getting pretty popular, and, you know, think about it. Cooking's dangerous. If you leave it unattended, boiling water on the stove, I mean, hey, you have to be mindful. You have to watch what you're doing. And these turkey fryers, you know, there's some safety precautions that you just need to follow, and I think you'll be okay.
Like what would you do?
Well, you know, one of the first things people need to do is they have to read the directions.
No, we're not going to do that. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
of course, people don't. You know, they throw those right in the box. But listen, if you follow the manufacturer's user's guide recommendations, don't use these things. We're talking about 350 degree boiling hot oil. We're not using these things in the garage, on decks. We want them outside on flat surfaces, preferably a concrete flat surface. Again, remember, water and oil don't mix. Making sure this turkey is thawed out. And you'll know that when you start lowering it into the boiling oil. If it starts to boil over, you know that this thing is either there's too much oil in there or this thing is too wet. It's basic stuff.
So that's basically what happens is you have this big vat of boiling oil, just like you make French fries, for instance.
Correct.
And you just
exactly right.
throw a turkey in there. The whole turkey goes right in there?
Yep.
And so why did the fire start? Why would a fire start when you do that?
Well, what happens, if you've seen some of the footage, and you can YouTube some of these things,
really?
what happens is the oil boils over, and it gets ignited by the flames fed from the propane tank.
And then you have a real mess on your hands.
Then you have a real mess.
You're also telling people not to wear simple things. I mean, they seem like simple things, but not wear loose-fitting clothing or dangling jewelry or anything like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
You know, actually, you know, take it a step farther. You need to really be wearing some kind of safety goggles, eye protection. That oil splashes out of there. It could cause some issues.
What are other ways, in addition to the deep frying turkeys, that are dangerous when you're cooking around the house? Why is it the number one day for home cooking fires? I presume it's simply that more people are cooking at home than usual.
Yeah, it's quantity. It's about quantity. You know, a lot of this stuff too is unattended. You know, appliances. They'll leave these things and walk away from them, or they're cooking on the stoves and walk away from stuff that's not being watched. Just got to keep a careful mind on those.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the reminder this morning. Is there a web address with more information?
Yeah, you can go to michigan.gov/BFS, stands for the Bureau of Fire Services. You can Google it online. You can go to many of the fire agency websites, and you'll get plenty of information.
Okay.
Plenty.
Thank you very much. We sure appreciate it. And the next thing we'll probably be talking about is hanging up Christmas lights on the outside of the house, and how many you should string together and how many you shouldn't, because if you overload that system, that can be trouble too. But we'll connect with Richard Miller another time. Happy Thanksgiving to you. He's the state of Michigan's fire marshal.